Well, I missed the bump and I missed the hit. Well, I missed that psychedelic trip. Why did it quit? I just ran out of money. Give me another drink and I'll tell ya, I ain't feeding no lines. But that girl you knew last summer, well, she was out to kill your mind. And now you're home and defensive, like a dog gone in a bone.
Lacey, the genius.
The best wrestler around, right. No denying it.
We did.
I love Dean Price so much.
Dean Price.
Bless you all. Except this dodgy cunt. I don't think Jesus called people dodgy cunts.
Is it?
He definitely did. How are you, brother?
All gravy, dude. It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it?
It has. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. You know, I see
not since me and you spoke, but yeah, since we did this.
Okay, well, we're gonna keep that up. Okay, I thought we were gonna go on with the whole. I haven't talked to you in weeks, bro. How have you been? And then we could talk about ourselves for a bit.
We could cope.
Right, exactly. I wouldn't be able to go very long without you, my brother. I would not be able to go very long without you at all. So hello, everybody, and welcome to the program today. It is January 28th, and we are Dezzie, and that is Dean over there. I've got to put a little sign on my wall still. It says, point to Dean. Dean's right there.
Perfect. I've just got the shark. Just point at the shark, and I'm gravy.
There you go. Exactly right. Point at the shark, because I get so many shark cards. I'm like the shark of I'm the shark of the show here. Instead of the whale, I'm not a gambler. Yeah, the whale shark. There we go. Exactly. So we are here. It is Triple D Dynamite with Dezzie and Dean. Of course, it is our weekly AEW Dynamite review show, and it's been a while, man. It's been a while since we've actually sat down and got to do this. So I'm really happy. And it was an episode of ups and downs for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to start off by saying, "Whoa, stellar Dynamite," because there were stellar moments, but there were definitely some that were like, okay, good. Like if I saw this live, it might be a chance to go outside and maybe I can watch this match from outside while I'm having a puff, right? Like through the window, I'll watch this match kind of thing. But so I like the show overall. Like I said, it wasn't anything that left a bad taste in my mouth, but the ups and downs were certainly a bit much of a ride for me.
Yeah, I tuned out at certain points. I won't lie. A couple of matches where I was having to remind myself that I need to be watching and taking notes. But I had fun, and it started well. It had a nice, good middle in the end. So that's where you want the good bits.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
Yeah. And
I mean, that's in that regard. I think they have really good booking as far as like match placement goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they know that they were like, okay, throw these guys out now. Right now, it's time for this here because we're gonna have to go the middle here. But let's get right into it here. Let's start talking about this here. So we started off pretty hot here with Eddie Kingston's entrance taking on Lance Archer. And wow, these guys, man. So this already before this match, this had so much potential, right? This had so much potential to be something big because they're such physical dudes. You knew this wasn't going to be a very finessed or technical match. It was going to be a powerhouse slugfest, like just a really rough beat 'em up, a rowdy match. And the heat these guys had going into each other. I mean, Eddie Kingston is just a tough guy. He's not the most athletic, but he's definitely looking like he could take a beating and really hurt you in the process. He's got that realism sense to him. I really like that. So Lance Archer is one of the bigger guys. We love dudes here. Obviously, we love big dudes. We're all about that muscle. And he has been doing so much. They've been doing so much with Lance Archer lately that I think he's really been building himself up to a place where he's going to go for another title shot soon. Because, I mean, he's in the picture for sure. He's got to be in the picture. And this match played so... I haven't even read my notes yet, dude. This is just emotions from fucking remembering the actual match. This match delivered on so many things for both these guys. It was exactly what Lance needed. It was exactly what Eddie could have done because it was such a good. I really thought this match. Okay, we talked about this earlier, and I said, Dax and Jungle Boy was my pick for match of the night. This was so close to that. I think it might be a tie for my match of the night. This one is so high up there. So many good things going on for this one. Brutally physical. Okay, let's talk about this here. I even set it up here. I think I've got it. Where did I put it? Right here. Okay. This. Okay. let's talk about this. That choke slam. Okay, this is something you do in video games, okay? This is stuff that happens in video games. Archer, too close to the ropes, picks up Kingston and gives him this choke slam over the ropes, and he blasts his hip lands on the apron, and he lands so brutally. Like, please watch this. This match was worth it for this spot alone.
It was a rough landing for Eddie, that one. It was.
Like, really, like this match.
Take it off, you know what I mean? It's probably, but it was just like it was like
it really was. It really was. What's up to Shannon? Good morning, or good afternoon, I suppose, in other parts of the country here.
Good evening.
Here we go. There we go. John Howell with the wisdom. Exactly. Thank God Kingston hit the apron first. If he didn't, man, he would. Can you imagine how much differently that spot would have been, though, if he hit that? That would have been insane. That would have been totally crazy. But for real, though, that was, oh my gosh. And this huge full Nelson slam after it. I think this match really delivered for me in a lot of ways that I just didn't even, but the story it was telling too about how Lance Archer is so strong, but Kingston is just not going to stop. He's not going to stop. He's showing this heart. And wow, man, that splash, dude, like there was so much in this. What a fucking story here. I've got in my notes here. Kingston is so fucking scrappy. He is so scrappy. He's just getting back up and he just wants some more. And both guys are getting so much from this in that Archer is getting his win, his dominant match. But Kingston is so tough that he's just getting back up for more. And he's still giving it out too. There's still those moments where it's like, if he could just piece these together and combo some of these together, he could win this match, until it was getting a little bit. It just started piling up on him, right? It started piling up on him. But then, holy fuck, when Archer started walking the rope, I was like, okay, what's he going to do? Is he going to do like an Undertaker, or call it to Undertaker and just like club his arm? He does the moonsault off of the rope right onto Kingston. Beautifully done. You could tell they had that contact all the way throughout. So it was totally trust both these guys had within each other. Amazing spots here, man.
He's a big dude to be doing a moonsault press off of the rope straight on. He's a big fella.
What is he doing? He's like, look at me, everybody. Like, I'm making highlights here. Like, this is what I want to do. You can tell the guy's ready. He's just grooming himself for the spot here, doing these massive.
It's old school. Like, we just walk on, like you say, just drop off and hit him. It's all like that took a minute and a half for that. Yeah. And you hit him on the shoulder or whatever. Yeah. So this were like nice walk. At first, I thought he was going to walk all the way across. And
it looked like it.
I was going to be like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? But then when he stops and. Yeah, awesome.
That was so good. That was so good, man.
A lot of weight to come down on you, isn't it?
But really, though, right? Like, oh my God, so much to say about Kingston here. You wanted the best for Eddie. You really did. You really wanted it to. Butcher and Blade. They got Jake the Snake Roberts out there at the entrance, man. Jake the Snake. He got sent to wait ringside there. He wasn't part of the match early on. So
Lance, he's Butcher. Lance sent him to the back, didn't he? Like, this is just weird.
It's just me. You get out of here. And they're even saying on the commentary, like, was that a mistake, right, to leave him in the back? And man, then Bunny, you got Bunny sliding in. She gave Eddie Kingston those knuckles taped up knuckles there.
Yeah, and sort of forward knuckle duster, like homemade knuckle duster.
Yeah, and smash, man, right? I mean, like Lance, that was such a good hit there. Goes down. Eddie wins. What a match!
I'll wait.
Yeah, no. Like I thought it was enough of a stun that it keeps it going because these guys could have gone on for another 20 minutes. I would have watched this for pay-per-view, and I think it was such a good introduction to what they could do that this was definitely Lance Archer's not going to take that. He's not going to take that. And they even said the only way Eddie was going to win. No, I think Eddie could have beat him. I don't know. It's a cheap way out for Eddie, frustratingly cheap, but I think it's going to pay off here story-wise.
Well, I think I liked, obviously, Eddie Kingston as his character knows that he's up against a struggle here, which is why you were fighting dirty right from the beginning. You were biting, eye pokes, and whenever he got a chance, he was trying to take Lance's base from under him by taking out the legs. So he knew we were up against it. And the finish, I don't mind the finish. I just think, because it's just the back fist, which catches him on the side of the neck, I'd have preferred the ref to stay distracted for just a couple more seconds. That's how he gets on. You know what I mean? That's how he gets him down with a whack, and then just dive on him and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with that, and then throw it away, and then turn around and think. Because then I think that's better for Lance because Lance is a beast, and then he just got
That's true.
a little back fist and on the neck, and then he's out cold. This big monster, So that was the only thing that I just had him.
Yeah,
get on top with the initial back fist and just a few more blows, quick, throw it out.
Yeah,
I think that would have been Eddie and Lance, to be fair.
Yeah,
but like I say, there's a lot more on the table. This nowhere near over this.
I thought when you say it like that, dude, when you frame it like that, absolutely, that would have been huge because like it stunned him enough to get the pin. But when you think about that, would have really shown both Eddie's intensity and Lance's like, dude, it took you 6 of those, and he could even like show up next week with a massive black eye, right? Like the biggest shiner, and be like, dude, I got punched 5 times with brass knuckles, with taped up. That dude, I'm in for that. Dean, Tony, you're watching. Tony, get this guy in your creative team, man. Get this guy booking some matches here. Get this guy booking some matches. That was a good start though. I liked it. It was a good start.
Yeah, it was. It was a good opening. I enjoyed it.
Peaks and valleys in this episode of Dynamite here. Peaks and valleys, I think, is what we should have called this episode of Triple D. By the way, I'm really liking the new setup you got here. I like this new, sort of David Pumpkins look. I love it, man. It's always Halloween here on Triple D.
Black and orange, can't go wrong.
I love it, man. I love it. It's like Tiger.
Exhibit A.
Oh. Well, just wrong shirt. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong branding today.
All right, man. Push it all. Totally
okay, so
love it.
So we go into Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley again, showing exactly how great Jon Moxley can be when he's just given a microphone and he's just like, he's talking about, here was the teams, and now we're doing this and we're mixing it up and it's getting crazy. And he's like, I'm kind of following it. You know what I mean? Like, here's, where we are. Here's where we're at.
Yeah, he's like, so much drama. I'm not a drama guy. I like to sip.
Like things simple. And I love that. Room temperature water and sex in the morning, good way to start the day. Man, like, holy fuck, this guy is just captivating with his words, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Captivating with his words. And so now next week we got Mox and Pac and Phoenix taking on the Good Brothers and Kenny, which is going to be huge. They've been pushing that now. I think it's Beach Breakers next week, right? That's the one they're pushing now. Then Revolution's coming up later, right?
Yeah, soon, yeah. Well, I did like in this promo, he did say, because they were on about obviously a 6-man tag, he did say, and I love a 6-man tag, which felt like a sort of a reference to the Shield days. Yeah. But that's the first instance I can think where someone's referenced WWE and it not being a dig or a snide thing. That were like a reminiscent of good times he had there. So that were kind of nice. It's always jabs in it that they're giving, whereas that was just someone referencing his time there. Well, I feel that's what he were doing. Yeah, and I liked that. It was nice that it wasn't just a jab. It was just like, just acknowledging that the other place exists, and they had some fun there.
So John Howell saying props to me on the new look as well. Thank you very much, John.
Hey, John.
Shanna, black and orange.
Nice one, Shanna. Thanks for ruining the magic. It's over. We're off. I'm going to say I'm off phone, but I am turning it off. No. Team Taz. We can talk about Team Taz later. I'm looking forward to that. I can get all wound up again. This Mox promo was great. Every word was engaging. When he's on screen and he's talking, you're paying full attention.
Okay, listen here, Dean. I think you're a hoodlum.
Hoodlum. I didn't know what that word lost all meaning, didn't it, by the end?
Right?
Hell.
Right. So we got
hoodlum times 50 in my notes. It must have been at least 50 times I said it. And we're in agreement that they're all hoodlums. If you really want to prove you're a badass, what you do is you break broken windows. Now, I am serious. And Darby, that's his main mode of transportation. So he's slung it out of there. Can't look like a fucking hoodlum, and he's hard. And I bet as soon as camera off, he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go find my skateboard." You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I bet you some real hoodlum took off with a skateboard after he fucking they were just filming there, and some real hoodlum came by and took his.
Yeah, we're just outside throwing bricks at all the broken windows, and they free skateboard, brilliant. Fucking hell, I don't know. Yeah, hoodlum.
This is why I love our show, is because you put things together like the fact that it was laughable, okay, because all my notes say is couple of hoodlums, okay, That's it. But like, I love how you say, you know, there's nothing more badass than breaking broken windows. That is fucking hilarious. Okay. That is.
It's right though, isn't it? It's like this. Yeah, I'm not intimidated by your actions here. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, man. This was good. And we know it's going to be a cinematic match because, you know, we said, you know, Sting is here for 3 years and he's going to be doing cinematic matches. That's why he hired on. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the production they can put into it. Maybe they've already started shooting it. But,
it should be, though. It should be a cinematic match, shouldn't it? Like, I, as a fan, don't want Sting putting himself through, you know, in a live ring, putting himself through shit he don't need to. Whereas you can protect a lot. You can fit, like you say, you can film it over days, can't you? It doesn't have to be body intense. You know what I mean? If there's a spot where he does a big massive bump, he can do that and then rest up and you know, and such and such. So that's the way to do it. And I think they'll have fun with it. I think they'll be you know what I mean? There'll be loads of black and white bits and things will be on fire. Darby will be setting things on fire, and that's it. Probably setting something on fire. That's already on fire. But yeah.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
Well, he must have finished his film school now. He must have graduated because he hadn't done his little course.
He must have graduated from. Oh no, Dean. Okay, John Howell saying Dean is a man. With that said, I hate to say it, but I did roll my eyes at Sting and Darby with the breaking windows. Yeah, and it was a little bit groany, right? It was a little bit groany because it's like, dude, we get it. You guys are ready for this match. Like, there's got to be like for the past how long has Sting been here now? 6 weeks or something like this. Every single week is something with Sting, and it's like, bro, we got to space it out a bit here because the great thing about Sting's like pop is like he is still this mythical creature here. You can't, you know what I mean? Like you've got to give him a little bit of space. I think we can't, as much of a draw as he is, you know, let's space it out a bit. Maybe.
So. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's the case, but they've got him, so they want him.
I love how we're all concerned about Sting and the Rock and Roll Express is 1,000 years old and still mega bumping. Well, bro,
yeah, you've got it or you don't. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it, man. I mean, they're still going because they can still go, man. There's certain people that didn't, you know, you don't age as well, right? So, anyways, getting into the matches here, second match of the night, and I like this is where we're gonna start splitting up a bit here because I think this was still not the highest point, but this was still good for me because, and this might be my bias, but not for Inner Circle, in that I just like Griff Garrison a lot, man. I like Griff Garrison. I saw him on Dark a while back, and I've just been watching him sort of have these matches, teaming up with Pillman. I like that look they have going on. But man, this kid is big, he's tall, and he can move, right? But he's also so sound. So I think that's what we talked about earlier, is you said it was, you know, it was a little bit like sort of stale for you, or a little bit vanilla. But I think he's doing these to the point where it's like, yo, this kid is fundamental game is so solid that he's going to go a long way in this. So Griff Garrison from the very beginning.
How old is he?
16? I don't know. I have no idea.
I just think I just can't get on board with him. Not with Mullet Man or him. I don't like the look. I don't like the presentation. I don't like Varsity Blondes as a name. And like,
as I'm here with my platinum blonde hair.
I'm just not, I don't know, I just can't get on board with him. So I found myself tuning out of this match. And like you say, Griff Garrison, yeah, he's big and he's strong and blah, but I think he's got quite a basic, average moveset. And I know I'm nobody to say this, but this is why we're here. I'm allowed. Yeah. If I'm entertained by someone that's made to be entertained, I'm allowed to pick it apart.
Of course, you know what I mean? Of course. Nobody's ever going to say, "Oh, Dean Midgley's never taken a backdrop. Why should he?" No, never, ever, man. Of course not. You're a fan.
Taking a few. You know what I mean? Not my alcohol involved, but yeah. But so yeah, I just found myself tuning out, which obviously, but I love Chris Jericho and MJF, so this would I don't know. I'm not on board with the Varsity Blondes. I think it's a crap name. I don't like the ring gear and fucking mullet, man. I've got to take a mullet seriously in 2021. I just can't do it. Mullet man.
Shout it down the mullet man here. All right, but I think it was like, so the match for me, like I said, it was a nice start for me. I think that Pillman and Chris on the top there, when they were up there making that huge bump there, I thought it was going to be, at first I thought Chris was going up for like a Hurricane Rana or something. Then I thought it was a superplex, but then like Chris takes this massive front bump off of it, and there's this huge crossbody from
massive. Or did it look like he just sort of dropped him and he fell and he had to, as hard as he can, get his legs straight so he landed flat? That's how I saw it.
Saying, well, okay, well, I'm just saying that a front bump is a front bump.
Yeah. Let's big it up, Griff.
Okay, so now we got Griff showing dominance. Okay, I thought Griff was pretty dominant there. He had some really good combos, some good sequences here. Pillman with that massive kick there, that thrust kick he gave to Chris. I thought that would have been a huge upset if he put them over like that. I thought. But what a win combo! What a winning combo! That springboard into the perfect Judas effect. That was intense. That was enough to do it for sure. Like he was out cold. But then to just immediately jump into that lion salt, goat, baby, goat.
Well, it was nice to see him actually land the lion salt, wasn't it? Because last week,
scary, yeah, scary. So that's the thing. He's got to prove it.
He's got because he ran to the ropes and sort of stopped, then jumped on the rope and lost all his momentum, but still tried to do it. Just landed clean on top of his head and round. Yeah, so it was nice. And I think that's probably why he made a point to finish with that this week, because why Judas effect, it's over as a finish. You get it with that. Yeah. You're done. Yeah. And I think he wanted to hit that as a no, I can still do it. I can still do it.
Yeah, hey man, everybody has a misstep, man. Everybody has a misstep. You know what I mean? We can't all be zingers, brother. They can't all be zingers. All right, what do we got coming up here? Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, not yet. Sorry, I missed the line here before that. So Pac is ready for next week's beach break. Pac giving his intensity here, and he's so good, man. Pac is so good in the ring. I can't wait for him. It's like he reminds me of The Simpsons where they were doing that mafia episode, and there's that little tiny guy in the back of the Yakuza, and Homer's like, I want to see what that little guy's gonna do. I want to see what the little guy in the white suit's gonna do. And he's like, yeah. And it's like that.
Just that noise. Yeah.
Exactly. This is Pac to me. Pac has always got that explosiveness, especially now, because he really does feel like one of those guys that was put into a box, you know what I mean? In WWE, it is, and now he's back as Pac and he's ready to show it. Just like Moxley, they were both, Pac and Mox beforehand. They went through the WWE machine for a couple of years and now they're back out. And I'm really excited to see what Pac has got. So he's always got my attention when I see him on the screen.
He's so good.
Always got. Always got.
I mean, we're interested in the way the term Billy Big Bollocks, because I bet you don't get that on North American TV that often, do you? So it made me chuckle when he said that, walking around like Billy Big. Obviously, someone who thinks they're big and hard and a bit of a swag.
Yeah, Billy like Dean Midgley, like a Dean Midgley swag. That's what I figured it was. I thought it was just like, I know a guy like that who Dean Midgley swagger there. Just
so that made me chuckle.
I have to spread my legs when I sit down to give them air. Okay, Dean. Anyways,
but good intensity from Pac. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Absolutely. Shaq here calling out Cody. Called him a punk a few times, and he says he wants a battle. And he says, you know what? I'm not even going to leave it open. Let's do it maybe in March sometime. I forgot the exact date, but it's going to be, I know it's March something. We're doing it in March.
See that?
What's that?
Do you want to see that, Shaq versus Cody? And then what hinted at later on, it's going to be a mixed tag in it with Brandy 2, the quickening. And like, I want I'm not into Shaq and Cody. I definitely are into fucking a mixed tag. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is not. No, this should be Cody. This should be Shaq coming in as the manager, and Cody is the manager for the woman-on-woman match they were supposed to have, I guess. But they've got to salvage this or something. Or was it always Cody's ego that he wanted to wrestle Shaq, or did Shaq always want to come?
I bet Big Show's fuming
and wrestle.
Big Show must be pissed off.
Yeah. Well. He'll come back in here. I think Big Show's got gas in the tank. He should come out here. I don't know why he's not on TV right now in some capacity, really. In more than I'm taking my mask off because I
might come out for this match. Imagine.
That'd be it. That'd be it right there. That'd be it right here. Brandy 2, classic.
Well, yeah, I'm not into Shaq and Cody.
Pete Hurley. Wow, dude. We'd miss Sting if something happened to him.
Whoa.
Who'd miss you? The fucking Rocky Roll Express. Probably not even Jim Cornette.
Out. The wrestling raccoon. It should be raccoon turf. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow, that is some heat out of the gate here. Pete Hurley.
Heat from Pete.
Hi, from
Pete. By the way.
There we go. Hello, Pete, making his definite presence known here. Wow. So Shaq calls out Cody here. Cody, here I am already in full caps. All what Cody has, and then started laughing because they cut off his godly and all that bullshit. They cut it off short. I just start off with the Snoop Dogg stuff. just start off with the Snoop Dogg stuff. Jade Cargill here. Jade Cargill making promos on Brandy. Let's talk about it some more so we don't forget that Brandy is here. Brandy. Don't forget about Brandy. Hey, Brandy. Okay, don't forget about Brandy.
They're having a baby as well,
Yeah, I have fucking heard that. I've heard. Okay, so then Cody totally just fuck kayfabe, fuck it all. Just gonna fucking come out here because I'm Cody and you guys respect me and we know the business. I'm gonna come out here and do the old classic sell promo. I'm gonna plug it in a second here. I'm Cody Rhodes, my fucking dad. You know who my fucking dad is. All right, let's get some more pops for Brandy here. Fuck it. Oh, you know what, Arn? Let's just fucking remind everybody that Cody's a dad because we haven't reminded them about the fatherhood of Cody Rhodes in exactly 10
this. I'm giving Arn Anderson a mic. He is the most fucking boring bastard I've ever fucking seen in my life. He fucking talks and he talks and he talks and he never actually says anything. I don't think he even finished his sentiment here, what he was saying. And he even said at the beginning, I might get lost a bit because he's fucking off his tits. What the fuck? It takes hours to say the simplest thing. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. So we're here, and it's Triple D. You're watching Triple D with Dezzie and Dynamite, and you're watching Triple D on YouTube or Facebook, and that's what's going on. It's like, thanks, Arn. Thank you, Arn. But so Red Velvet's out now, and Red Velvet's here, and man, Cody no-sold this just like we all did. This was fucking, what was this train wreck here? Arn is bringing out Red Velvet. I'm sure Arn was having a stroke and he was backstage and he thought that was Brandy. And he said, come out with me. And she's like, I'm not Brandy, I'm Red Velvet. And he says, same. And he said, come out here.
Yeah, well, she's got that many gimmicks. He probably thought it's a fucking gimmick change, this week's gimmick.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to new Brandy. Come out here with me. Yeah.
Jim Ross, she said bitch ass. That's how you know it's serious.
That's in my notes. I fucking laughed so much at that. That was good.
That was so good.
Intensity from her though. I liked what she said. I'm just not on board with any of it. But I liked good intensity from her.
Hello, Taryn. How are you?
Hey. Love you, Taryn.
There we go. Shout out to Taryn here. John Howell saying, hate to say it, I'm more on board for the mixed tag match instead of straight up Shaq Cody. They could have never done straight up Shaq Cody because Shaq doesn't have they had to pad it somehow. It's like when they get the old man in, they're not going to ever have, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's, I think I'm more on board I think it's.
No, I wasn't on board at all. That's the thing. I wasn't on board. Exactly, now I'm really fucking not on board. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, hey, there's a ship. I'm sailing. I'm adrift in the middle of the ocean and there's a boat coming and it's Shaq versus Cody. And I'm like, I'm trying to swim away. I'm trying to swim away from it. And I see, oh no, it's not Shaq Cody. I see it getting closer here and it's actually a mixed tag. And I'm trying to drown myself now. I'm literally trying to drown myself. I'm drinking salt water to the point where my lungs will fill up because I don't want to get caught by this boat that is now a mixed tag team between Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill and was supposed to be Brandy, but is now Brandy Light or whatever we're calling Wish.com Brandy here, and Cody Rhodes. Because this is just, who wants this? Who wants to see Shaq job out in a lockup to Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes has gained 20 pounds of muscle? Who wants to see this?
It's just, I don't know. It just feels like the worst bits of WWE when they show on famous people in and stuff. And like, I understand why they do it. I like the Snoop shit and the Snoop flop and drop and what have you. But and I've liked some of the other ones. I don't know. I don't know. It's not on board. It's not on board.
No, it's definitely. This was like, you're starting to hit me with the lows here. You know what I mean? This is starting to hit me with the lows, and they should have known that Cody is the most polarizing character on the show. They have to see the correlations, the parallels between 2002 Triple H and Cody Rhodes today. They have to see the reign of terror that's happening here. They have to see it. They have to know that this is losing them viewers. So let's follow up with something big, really big. Let's go really big instead of, I'm happy about Kip and Penelope that they're finally getting this whole wedding over here. Miro is the best part of it all, obviously. And I love how he says his butler Charles is going to be there. My God. Miro's having so much
Charles fun. Now. Charles, the butler.
Charles, the butler.
They were like, Charles.
It's going to be fantastic. He's just fucking so into it. Like Miro is so
brilliant.
You just got to love it.
Last week, I fucking adore him. I can't wait till this, and he can eventually he should transition into the, full on top heel of this company. Yeah, but he's good at this. He's got so much charisma. He can do these things where he can still be intense and serious and aggressive, but fucking funny and endearing and charming.
Yeah.
But he also, I hope one day he'll get to drop that and just switch to just like, no, I'm going
bro,
for
it
the
should
title.
happen.
Get
It should happen right after the wedding, dude. Right, like almost not like fucking right after it. Fucking right after the wedding. Let's just do it. Where he's just like,
they beat up Kip and Penelope. That'd be
yeah, where he'll be like, Kip
Yeah.
will be like, hey, here's to my best man. He's like, no, I'm not your best man. I'm the best man. Boom, clean him out. Penelope just whack, and then she's both down, and he picks them both up, just clobber them together. Miro Day.
I'm up for that.
Wrestling Raccoon and Heat with Pete are my 2 new series. Please do it. Please do it. All right, so it's going to be fantastic. We're looking forward to that wedding here, and we're back into the West.
You are. I'm looking forward. Yeah, Miro kicks off. I'm in for that, but yeah, not the wedding itself.
Well, I mean, Miro, yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm not looking forward to hearing the nuptials, of course not. Hangman Page and Ryan Nemeth here. Ryan Nemeth and Ryan Ziegler, exactly. Here we go. I was looking forward to this one because I wanted to see what Ryan could do, and I'm such a big fan of Hangman, obviously, what they got going on here. Instead, for some reason, this just didn't connect with me. We got Matt Hardy on the outside cheering on Adam. It was, good match. Spike DDT by Nemeth looked good. I mean, he's athletic as fuck, but for whatever reason, I was just kind of like humming and hawing. Hangman won with the buckshot. It looked a little bit high on the face. Like that looked like he got him right in the face. Matt telling Hangman afterwards, there was a little bit after there. I thought it was a really nice segment there. It was all sort of about that after segment with Matt Hardy. Just saying, like you've done your shit with the Dark Order. Obviously the Elite have dumped you. So now I'm not looking to take you in or whatever. I don't want you to jump into anything else, but you shouldn't be in the hallway, right? Just come dress up, just get dressed in front of me, says Matt Hardy.
But obviously we're seeing the way he is with Private Party. He obviously does want something from him. He recognises that he's a talent, and he'll probably be seen like he's with Private Party. Start all sweet, you know what I mean? And then, engage, blah, 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 before then he starts to try more controlling angles. So it could be actually interesting. It could be interesting, yeah, because I just can't get on board with Private Party, but I like Matt Hardy, so I'm not asked to what they're doing. But I'd be quite interested in to see what the dynamic between Matt and Hangman could be. Because it seems like, he's manipulating him in the sense of like, it said, didn't it, when he announced he came out on about crippling emotional issues or whatever, and he's conflicted and he has been dropped from this team and blah, 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 and lost. So Matt's using that to remind him that, you need someone. So he is manipulating him. And I like it, the fact that the way he's going about it. Well, that's the point, isn't it? He's putting these things in his head. Oh, look, you're better.
I like how Dean is so manipulative. He's like, he's doing what I like. I like this. I like it.
Didn't mean like that, but yeah. And just before the finish, the lariat before the setup for the buckshot were fucking devastating, man. It looked worse than the buckshot.
It did.
It really caught him. It really knocked his head off. When you get body slapping and that to make noise, sometimes it's just it's just contact.
This is just what happens.
It was nice to see a bit of character from him, but I didn't really, it didn't resonate with me. Might be a grower, but he might just join Varsity Blondes and go over there.
Might be a grower, not a shower. So there we go.
Probably not, but yeah.
All right. Then here we go with, like I said, I think there were 2 highlights of this show for me here, 2 definite highlights. The first being Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer, and the second one being Dax here versus Jungle Boy. And let me tell you, Dax the Axe here, my gosh, man. Wow. This was good for me. You okay? You good? I got a little bit of echo there. Okay.
Small grab.
So Cash and Tully here handcuffed to Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus making sure there's no interference at all. And you just know this is going to turn around at some point and be like, he's holding them back and they're going to be holding him back. And I thought there was going to be a definite involvement with them, the 3 of them. Somehow, inadvertently, Luchasaurus was going to cost his boy the match, or something was going to happen here. There's going to be a screwy ending because of this handcuff stipulation. Because you could tell they all had extra wrist tape on and they were holding the chain so they could tug at each other. So I thought there was something that's going to be at play there. Man, do I ever love Jungle Boy's song though, right?
Just feels good.
It's the kind of, you just put it on, you walk out of the shower, and you just like yell to the moon, man. Yell to the moon.
The crowd were just like humming along pretty much the entire match.
Yeah, that was the chance.
It was nice.
Exactly. Just hulk them up here. So Luchasaurus fully holding Tully and Cash back in the beginning here. Awesome spot. Then it's roles reversed, and they're stopping Luchasaurus from getting up and getting involved because he's getting worked up now. This massive back suplex off the top rope, man. These guys are so good. You know what I mean? You're watching Dax and Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy is really pushing this narrative that he can take this beating, he can take this wrestling, and still have still get the upper advantage here and still out wrestle Dax, which is like kind of what Dax is built on, right? Is that he says, you know, like I'm wrestling and that's all I am is fundamental wrestling and beating people up. So I thought it was really awesome. Crazy exchanges here. Like they're going back and forth. What is that? Slingshot powerbomb off the rope and into that huge sit down, what they call the Liger bomb there. That was
fucking hell, that's some venom. That had some venom. He almost, I was a bit like, whoa. You know what I mean? Don't forget how much he weighs. I was a bit like, fucking hell. Like, you know, he could have made him concussed that. He fucking slammed the poor bastard.
Yeah, that was like a spike power bomb if there was ever such a thing in wrestling. That was like he got his arms up, didn't he, to protect it. He fucking. I bet a lot of wrestlers don't like taking power bombs when you get the extra, you know, whip. And that was naughty. That was naughty. Yeah. You could see Jungle Boy did that a lot. I think that looks like Jungle Boy's like sort of taught defense is putting his hand up, either one or both hands when he's doing big spots, and it's super smart. Fuck yeah, man, got
your neck. Yeah, he's only
make sure you're not bouncing off of there because you could see him when he did it off that huge back suplex off the top rope too. He had his hand up like that, so he's taking back spots.
You'll take more as well because if you don't weigh that much, any wrestler can pick you up and slam you as hard as possible. So they're going to, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gonna make it look good.
Well, that would have been naughty. I hope he sort of apologized for that one off the springboard after that word. They were like, dude, shit.
Insane. And then we hit the Jungle Boy there, hitting his darn it there with the snare trap there, the snare trap. And mate, dude, that was a good finish. I like that finish there. You know, that submission, it really showed that like this is something Jungle Boy isn't just a comedy act here. This kid can wrestle. He's getting good with these holds. You know, like, wow, that actually surprised me. And then, of course, Tully's got that powder. They take out Luchasaurus, gang up on Jungle Boy, and then they get the triple team spike pile driver on Luchasaurus there. That Tully I love how he's just like, rah, boom, and he like flew over him, giving her there. Luchasaurus gets handcuffed to the ropes, and I am not okay with this, okay? They fucking poached his horn. They fucking poached. That felt like animal abuse. That was something that like people are gonna get involved with. Like that is some real. They should have posed. They should have posed with him when laying like this, like when he was like down. They should have pulled his head up and like posed like fucking hunters do, man, like poachers, because that is poach shit right there. Okay, man. And just before FTR could cut Jungle Boy's hair, just before they could cut out that beautiful hair, Marco, Top Flight, SCU, everybody run down to the save. The Cavalry's here. It's going to be a 20-man tag team match next week, probably, or the week after. Probably a late beach break edition. But, man, I'm still pissed about that. Fucking those horns, dude. Holy shit.
I liked this match as well. It were really fun. I liked the story of it. Dax's strength advantage had him on top for the majority of the match. Yeah. Like, Jungle Boy couldn't get anything going. Whenever he'd start, he'd get put down by some sound wrestling ability and someone a bit bigger and a bit, you know, which so it had at the beginning, it had that methodical pace about that. Like anytime he tried to get going, no, Dax, I'm getting you in control. But then when Jungle Boy finally started firing up, the pace went insane. And it was just exciting. Like you say, good finish, good story, good outside stuff without getting too involved. And then, I really liked it. I liked the post-match stuff, like you say, with the horns. He did it. Like, oh, can't do that. Violated him. Took his horns off. And then obviously someone with long hair, when they went there, Jungle Boy with scissors, I'm like, oh, no. You don't fucking do you don't do that.
Dean just yelling at his TV. Yeah. He's like, okay with the dinosaur horns being cut off, but as soon as he started going after the guy with the long hair, Dean is just shaking the computer, like yelling.
Well, at first, I thought, I didn't realize we were going to cut his arms at first. When they picked, I thought they were going to, you know, the green, big, massive dreadlock that always ends over like a comb over. I thought they were going to cut that off at first, you know, because it seemed extra because it was all over. But yeah, the horns, violated. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I liked the after stuff, and there's more coming though.
All right, so then we go backstage.
Is it bad that I'm just a little in my notes? It says Tully throws cocaine in Lucius house. Why does my brain go there? You know what I mean?
Right into the washing powder. Just that's hilarious, dude.
And then we get to the segment of the night. Yes.
All right, here we go. The segment of the night, baby. This is it. We got Team Taz backstage right away with the most worked merch table ever. As soon as you saw this merch table being set up in the car park in the back lot where nobody is,
pitch black.
You saw this pitch black around except for the spotlight they placed there. Oh my gosh. Like, who the fuck buys shit at the back?
But they were getting mad at the merch people for selling merchandise that people actually want to buy. Why is there no Team Taz and FTW t-shirts? Because no one fucking wants them. No one's going to buy FTW. Where's the FTW t-shirt? You'll buy anything, Des. That's to do with wrestling. But it's like, where's the FTW merch? It's like the belt means jack shit. The champions never even won. Like, I just love Team Taz. They're fucked in the head. They get pissed off at people when all the people have got sound fucking logic. It just makes me laugh. Yeah. How dare you sell popular t-shirts that actually sell? Fucking great. But when Cage threw that geezer outside that truck, that was sick. That was great. That was awesome. I did like that. Taz ran over. Take it away, Des. Oh, don't. Is he even here? Is he gone? Has he left me? Oh, there he is. He's muted. He muted.
I took the stuff off there. I was worried. It said I was gone. Okay, good. But dude, you totally brutal, dude. Awful, man. Team Taz, man, like those poor jobbers, like you said, they just taking the massivest, biggest moves onto concrete. Let's just throw this guy over the barricade onto concrete. Hey, this guy's gonna take another like fuck it. This guy's wearing a t-shirt. Let's just throw him onto concrete. Oh, this guy's wearing a short sleeve. The hell with him. And then right into spiking him into the trailer truck. He's like,
that was naughty. That he was like, because he got him quite high, didn't it? So the impact and then the fall, like you say, out of concrete, it fell about 6 foot.
And then, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine it, dude. I couldn't. The kind of bumps they have, the kind of bumps they got to take here.
So hopefully we'll get some FTW t-shirts soon, so they can not selling it. Use them as bog roll, Des.
Use them as bog roll. Good old bog roll. Britt Baker, Shanna. Okay, so there was a spot here where on the outside where Rebel was supposed to distract Shanna, and Britt Baker was going to hit her from behind, right? But the problem that I saw with this, and I've watched it a few times, was Shanna's here, Rebel's here, Britt is here. Britt looked like she was in the view of Shanna. Like if it's like, okay, Britt's going to hit me from behind. So Britt's coming from, I can see her go behind me. Is Rebel that distracting that I'm just going to let Britt go behind me so she can then hit me from behind? The whole thing is just, it just keeps me, I'm watching Britt Baker wrestle. And I'm thinking to myself, all that I can hear in my head is that message, that tweet from Chris Statlander saying that these girls have never been in front of TV and they're so green. And that's all I can think, is that it's just going to come with time. But right now it's still so rough around the edges. Like, is it just me, or is Brittany really rough around the edges still? She's got such amazing camera presence that she knows exactly where to look. She knows exactly where to keep her eyeballs. But it just seems so sloppy and so rough that it's just like, is this?
My favorite things about Britt is the character work. Yeah, not really. I don't find myself commenting on her in-ring stuff necessarily. Right. You know what I mean? I do like a finish and exec, and she has got a few okay moves. But yeah, it's more like I do love her as the character. She really knows that character now, and she's got those little details around. Like even like the high five at the end with the glove on. And then just little. Yeah. She's always on it. She's 100% in that character, and she's great for that. But to be honest, I got a message, and I had a little text conversation with Rawson, and I looked up and it was the end of the match, and I thought, do I rewind that 7 minutes and watch it again, or do I just let Des tell me what happened? And then I saw the after stuff, and I am excited for the Thunderosa match.
Yes,
Thunderosa is a fantastic worker, and I think that should be good. Could be up there with some of the best women's matches that we've seen so far from AEW.
Definitely. Thunderosa coming out. I'm a big fan of Thunderosa. I love her wrestling, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to pull a good one for sure. MJF and Sammy. MJF Sammy at the bar. Sammy Guevara apparently has moths or bugs or some kind of shit eating up his shirts. Sammy's pissed off. Those are my notes.
It was my notes like this. Said, he didn't tell Wardlow to get involved. He's docked his wages. Paul Wardlow's, if he's still MJF's employee, surely joining the inner circle. Does he not get, does he not get to get paper or what?
It has to, it's just like
the interesting point was what the last thing MJF said here was, are you sure you want to play it this way? Like, he's trying, even though he's false and Sammy's spot on, he's full of shit and he's false. It's still what he's been doing, and he's been sticking to that. So it was interesting for MJF to go, do you want to play it this way? So now it's MJF will campaign even more now to get Sammy out. We want Sammy out. We want the face turn. You know what I mean? So this will be the start of that, because he's the only one who's not on board still. So I think that'll be the start of that. And the face turn could be beating MJF. That'll be pretty cool. That's where it leads to a big match between them.
I'm in for that. I'm definitely in for that. All right, so next week
contrasting style should be able to create a really good match.
Man,
lots
MJF
of storytelling with
Yeah.
lots of incredible wrestling as well. So
they're definitely two of the marquee guys. When you think about AEW, they're definitely two of the marquee guys you think about when you're like, who are two of the young guys that AEW's got that are new and really build around? MJF, Sammy G, man. Fucking imagine that right there. The ultimate face, ultimate heel, boom, right? Because Sammy's so over, bro. His fucking show, everything, like he's got so much going for him that it's just like, give this guy a reason, right? Give this guy a reason to go face.
I think it went for him leaving for a bit. I think he'd have gone face last year, definitely at some point.
Yeah.
But I like the extended heel stuff with the inner circle. So, just enjoying it at the moment.
Maybe he's like, I have to go face in June, but then last June didn't work out. So it's like, wait till next June. So we'll see. All right. Next week, we got Beach Break coming up. Beach Break. Tag Team Battle Royale. All these teams with the Young Bucks included. And if the Bucks win, they get to choose their opponents they're facing. And if any other team wins this Battle Royale, they get a tag team shot at the Bucks. This has got to be good. And it comes around later on. We'll talk about that, how this implication might work out for the Bucks here. And we got the wedding, of course. We got Kip and Penelope. They're getting married with Miro there and his butler, Charles. It's going to be fun time. I think it's going to be fun time. I'm ready. I'm going to have my little flutes of bubbly ready to go and some little charcuterie boards. Fucking Dean Downer here.
The wedding will be the backdrop, but it's the Miro and Chuck stuff. That's the gold in it in the situation. Yeah,
that really is. It really is.
I'd like to say I'd love him to just kick off and just, you know what I mean?
Beat everybody up. Just beat everybody up. Take the title. Come on.
Not advocating, women.
Come on, Miro. Come on.
But I think it'd be quite fun if you just pick Penelope up and launched her out of it or something. Lots of people to catch her. You know what I mean?
Very dated of you. Very dated of you, Dean.
Very dated. It's why I'm always.
I hope he never throws a woman. I hope he never throws a woman. All right, we got Britt and Thunderosa. If you could throw one of these women, who would it be? Britt Baker or Thunderosa?
Where am I throwing them?
Apparently into other men. I don't know. Wherever you want to throw them, Dean. It's dealer's choice here.
I made a nice little point, and now you dig in the hole like I'm anti-women. Yeah, I'm pro-violence towards women. Well, there's a soundbite. Soundbite that and stick that somewhere.
I'm pro-violence towards women. I am pro-violence towards women.
Disclaimer.
Okay, so now we both said it.
Cody's a nice guy, and I'm horrified by violence against women.
There we go. Britt Baker taking on Thunderosa next week. It's going to be a good one, and I'm calling Thunderosa for this one. I don't think Britt Baker. I don't know. I think Britt could use the win over Thunderosa, but I still want Thunderosa to win because I'm all for a good guy.
We could have a series of matches, I suppose, because you've got Rebel. You can have that come into play.
Reba.
Yeah, you've got that to come into play to get Britt the win here. But I think these could have a series of good matches. And if it is a good match, there ain't much going on storyline or big matches in the women's division. So drag it out, and I think the best way to drag it out would be Britt to get the first win.
Yep, I'm down for that. Yeah,
I like both women, so It don't matter.
Just either or. Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers taking on Moxley, Pac, and Phoenix. This is going to be one that will be very physical. I'm hoping they do a lot with this one. I just love watching Kenny Omega wrestle. It's always a good time. And the Good Brothers here, they're doing a lot with these tag team championships, the Impact Tag Team Champions. So pretty wild about that. I'm happy about that stuff too. And just checking out the little messages here. Revolution coming up here in March. We got Sting and Darby Allin in the tag team match here against Team Taz. It's a street fight. They are breaking windows. You got a couple of fucking hooligans. I mean, hoodlums. You got some hoodlums, and they're hoodlums.
They'll get promoted to hooligans next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. They might be top guys by the end of this thing. We'll see.
Hoodlums are a gateway crime. You know what I mean? So soon they'll be breaking windows that are already broken. Now you are talking.
Yeah,
that will
come on, Tony Khan.
My heart ain't ready for that.
Tony Khan should have just totally let them smash out a window in one of his buildings and then just like replace it the next morning. All right, main event day. It is an 8-man tag. Eight-man tag. It is 8-man tag time here on AEW Dynamite. And you know what that means? It's time for Triple D's review. Wee-oo of the 8-man tags. Dean Midgley, what do you think of this 8-man tag here? The Young Bucks and the Good Brothers taking on the Dark Order.
I had a lot of fun with it. I really liked the pacing. It was, it's an 8-man tag, innit? But we knew we were going to win. What was the point? But I love the Dark Order at the moment. When John Silver goes on a tear, it's just great. You can't help but smile. Being made away. Stu Grayson is one of the best AEW has. I fucking adore him, and I want to see more of him. Every time he went, every time he gets in the ring, he impresses you. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And it were, like I say, it's nice that the Dark Order were the faces here. Very definitely the faces, 100%. And like, I bought into the near fall just before the end sequence. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I was bought into it or the fact that I was like just wanting it to happen because it was a really nice combo. And so I enjoyed the match. We'll get to the post-match stuff after. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. Like you said, we got a Blood Club party here right away here. They called Don Callis a Mark Stooge. I thought that was hilarious. But there's so much chemistry between the Bucks and the Good Brothers here. There's just so much that history they have that they know each other so well. And they've just got this attitude. I love the Good Brothers now that they're finally just able to run free again. Man, Stu Grayson with that crazy combination. He's got a bunch of crazy combos in this match here. Stu Grayson's super impressive. John Silver, fucking awesome sequence on everyone. Goes all around the ring, cleaning everybody out.
When Cesaro does that sort of stuff, you pay attention, you pop, and it's like, similar.
It's so good. He's so strong, man. He's such a strong guy. I love how he's trying to stand up there to Luke Gallows early on.
Yeah, right at the beginning, when he tagged in.
Come on. He's just like lower than his tits. He's just like, come on. Like, I'll do it.
I like that.
I do it. It's awesome there. Dark Order with this crazy combination. Uno almost pinning Matt there. It was like stupid close. Like I thought it was so close. Nick flying to the outside there off the top rope. 3 apron power bombs, same time by the club there. The Bullet Club hitting those 3 apron power bombs. Sickness, man.
Yeah, so tried it earlier in the match and they couldn't make it happen, did they? So they went back to that,
They went back and did it again. The 4 super kicks to Grayson there, man. Oh my God. To take 2 of those in the face and then have 2 of them in your back at the same time is just
which bit do I cover?
Yeah, it was hardcore, man. The Magic Killer there to Uno, and then the Melter Driver to Grayson. How else was this match going to end, really? How else was it going to end? Phoenix is out, and he takes out the Bucks. Phoenix comes out. The Good Brothers will start beating up on Phoenix. Moxley makes the save. Phoenix with a crazy dive. He lands on the barricade. I thought that was hilarious how he's just like, well, I'm on the fucking barricade now, I guess. Like, I'm so just fucking flying all over the fucking place. And then Omega.
That barricade wasn't there, though. Would he have stopped yet?
Yeah, exactly. He would have just fucking rolled right on. He would have ridden right on, man. It was incredible, dude. And Omega comes out and he gets planted with the paradigm shift. Like, absolutely just bleh. Like,
balancing on his neck for like 3 seconds. He sold that like it was such good selling.
You just want. It's insane how they had this plan for Omega to take the belt, and they had this planned out. But I don't think they planned on Moxley pulling it so much out of this title reign, man. I don't think they saw Moxley just gassing himself up and everybody else around him into this frenzy that we've got with Jon Moxley now, where it's like, I want Moxley to be the champion again. And I don't remember when there was ever like, I mean, maybe my favorite wrestler in WWE, you know what I mean? Maybe when Fiend lost the belt or Kevin Owens lost the belt, I want him to get it back right away, you know, that kind of thing. But for somebody like Moxley to come out of left field for me, and all of a sudden for me to pull for him so much and think, fuck, I want him to win this match. I want him to be the champion again because it was so good. But you see what they have going on with Kenny as champ and with Callis and all this whole thing with the Elite. It's over bountiful, like renaissance of like, yeah, man, this is a lot could happen here.
Yeah,
you know, a lot could happen here.
Cool at the moment. Plus the dynamic of, obviously, like you say, you got because they said the term Bullet Club multiple times.
I was about to say that fucking point. Yep.
So, but you had the Bucks and Good Brothers, too sweeting and being a unit. But obviously, we saw the pre-match stuff. Kenny's pissed off at the Bucks. Yeah, like they are together as a unit at the moment. And Don had that the worst dressing. Who did that? Fucking Stevie Wonder or something. Like, what the fuck was that?
It just looked like a whole bunch of hockey tape on his face.
Tape was like, I don't, just tape a bruise up. But obviously, for comic effects, and it worked. But that was interesting because they had to start the match. But there's so much more to come there, isn't there? Like I say, even though Moxley's the champ, you've got this great main event scene. He's still involved in it, and yeah, it's good.
It's the kind of shit that makes me. I know that AJ Styles is a smart man, and he's taken all of his money from WWE and saved it or invested it into his family. You know what I mean? I think AJ Styles has made enough now off of his deals with WWE to be financially secure and not have to work these brutal schedules that they have. So, I mean, like, just come on, man. Come on to AEW. Let's do this, buddy. Like, come on. Look at, like.
Well, there's a question for you. If you could take 3 people out of WWE now and slam them in AEW, who would it be?
AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens would be on my list, 100%, yeah. And I think, to be fair, you've just sort of explained away why the other two make fucking loads of sense.
Yeah.
But maybe someone like Cesaro because he's a proper workhorse.
Oh, Cesaro,
I feel like he get looked after better in AEW. He's like, Cesaro should have already been WWE champ. Already.
Yeah, by far.
Don't wait till he's right at the end and then put it on him as like, oh, he deserves it. It's like, no, see through that. He deserves it because he fucking deserves it.
He deserves it for years
Kevin
Owens
and Cesaro, and the other one, maybe AJ Styles, just to make this what's going on thing. But then, when
Cesaro won that Andre the Giant Battle Royal, I thought he was going to take that and cash it into a world title shot. I thought that's going to be his moment. He was already so over for years. That was his big crowning pinnacle at the biggest show. He's so powerful. Like, when he's just like fucking, was it Mark Henry? Who the fuck did he have where he just walked them over to the ropes?
Oh, like, pound for pound, strongest man in wrestling, surely.
Like, easily, man. Yeah. Easily. Yeah, it was so good, man. It was so good. But anyways, we can get on the Cesaro show later. That's a different program. I think I smell pancakes downstairs or some kind of a breakfast brewing.
I fucking smell pancakes. Fucking hell. So you're like, basically, fuck off, Dean. There's some pancakes waiting for me.
Dean, I smell burnt toast, guys. Oh, no. All right, here we go. Stay tuned for Cold Start for more WWE talk after the Rumble this weekend. That is right. John Howell and myself will be doing a new...
the cheapest of all the plugs.
Yeah, John Howell just like, well, this is winding down. I better plug the new thing we're doing. So it's the Cold Start here. Dezzie Escamofo, Johnny Cadillac. We're going to be talking WWE. We've talked TakeOver before. It's going to be Royal Rumble this time, and it's going to be great. So check it out. And that'll be launching very, very soon here for this weekend. So from myself, thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of the show.
Plug the Cruiserversary show for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Why not, right? Yeah, let's do that.
Why the fuck not? This is how we met. We met on the cruise, bro. We met on the cruise. That's why we're doing this right now. I met most of the lovely people on the cruise.
Yep, exactly. So this Friday on TDS, we are doing the Cruiserversary of the Second Wave. We've got Daniel Sean, we've got Red Cup Jeff, we have Dave Spivak, and we have Rybo on the show here. And who knows who could drop in? We don't know. It's going to be a really good time here. And right here, Shanna here, if you are looking for kettle corn, please. Wow. If you're looking for corn, and I like popcorn, so please check out Shanna here. Shanna, definitely cheap pops. There you go for cheap pops.
Pops it all herself.
Yep, that is
One
it.
at a time. One at a time. That's dedication.
Seriously, though, Shannon, you give us a graphic. We will make you a sponsor for the program. We'll put you up here at the end of the program here. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And if you're watching us later and you didn't catch us live, we really appreciate you spending the time and thinking of us and our opinions. Because, you know, from an Eskimo and an Englishman, we're just a couple of guys who like wrestling. You know, we like to talk about it. So, and we like to make cool graphics now. Look at this. Right? Exactly. So I just want to do this really quick here because I just love how it floats. Like, ooh, look at this. So a lot of people might not have noticed that it actually is not a background now; it's a foreground. So look out here.
People may not have noticed the effort I went to, so please, I'll just highlight it to make sure you know.
Giving myself that pop. Giving myself that pop. Okay, you guys. Well, thank you so much again for tuning in here.
Everyone who's watching.
That's right. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys next time around.
Well, I missed the bump and I missed the hit. Well, I missed that psychedelic trip. Well, I didn't quit. I just ran out of money. Give me another drink and I'll tell ya, I ain't feeding no lines. But that girl you knew last summer, well, she was out to kill your mind. And now you're home and defensive, like a dog gone in a bone.
Place, you're a genius.
The best wrestler around,
right.
No denying it.
With it. I love Dean Price so much.
Dean Price.
Bless you all. Except this dodgy cunt.
I don't think Jesus called people dodgy cunts.
He did.